the compound Paul used to visit, but I don't know who it belongs to. I think I'm clear now. Good thing the NSA invested in stealth technology.
My brother's name is Paul Denton. I heard that he was a frequent visitor to this compound. Do you know him?
The Romanos path is closed to Guilos.
Paul is no friend of the West.
My name is Gordon Quick. I know your brother, but you are not him. They say you are loyal to Unatco.
I was, before Paul showed up in New York. A day later, I was helping the NSF.
You want me to take your word? You are in Hong Kong now, and we are businessmen. Paul earned our trust by working with us.
I don't have time for games.
No games. We would like another ally like Paul. The triads are at war, thanks to a woman named Maggie Chow. A sword was stolen from the Red Arrow Triad, and Miss Chow started the war by blaming us, the Romanus Path.
Why is one sword so important?
It is an extraordinary sword called the Dragon's Tooth. Nanotechnology developed by the Red Arrows for Morida before he was murdered. We know that Chow is a liar, but we have no proof.
I'll go speak to her, but first I need to find a man called Tracer Tong. I need his help.
Mr. Tong deals with businessmen, not beggars or strangers who might be spies.
My brother's name...
The Romanos Path.
Paul is no friend of the West.
My name is Gordon Quick.
I was, before Paul showed up in New York. A day later...
You want me to take your word?
I don't have time for games.
No games. We would like another ally like Paul. The triads are at war, thanks to a woman named Maggie Chow. A sword was stolen from the Red Arrow Triad, and Miss Chow started the war by blaming us, the Romanus Path.
Why is one sword so important?
It is an extraordinary sword called the Dragon's Tooth.
I'll go speak to her, but first I need to find a man called Trace.
Mr. Tong deals...
I'll help you against Miss Chow, but then I'll need to see Tong or I won't be your ally for more than about 12 hours.
She said no.
Impossible.
She said she has made other arrangements.
Please, look around.
I do not recognize you.
Do you want to do business in Wang Chai?
We already have an arrangement with the Luminous. Welcome to the Wang Chai Tea House. Anything you like, 12 credits.
What do you think of the triads?
Don't talk to me about triads.
They give you a lot of trouble.
They are punks, talking all the time about community and traditions. Then they fight over technology from a multinational corporation like VersaLife.
How do you know that the sword came from VersaLife?
It has nanotech components. It is self-sharpening or something. I wish they would use it to chop off each other's heads.
It's my matter to discuss.
I spill my drink.
The former Red Arrow Reader stole nanotech components from VersaLife. I believe...
Leather boots. For you, 25 credits admission.
Here you go.
Perfect. I order you to stand in the spotlight and growl at the women like a dog who needs a master.
Hello.
I feel silly. You look good. Move your hips.
Beer is 15. Wine is 120.
Can I ask you something?
What do you want to know?
Despite all I've read about the triads, I wasn't prepared to see them operating in the open, on the streets, and wearing uniforms. Doesn't the Chinese government care?
Chinese leave Hong Kong alone. They barricade the roads to control trade to the mainland, but they know how business is done.
I would think the secret smuggling operations of the triads would disturb the Chinese government.
Maybe the luminous path, but China knows that the red arrow of business owners, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and that they protect the city from outside influences.
You said outside influences. What does China fear?
China is the last sovereign country in the world. Authoritarian but willing, unlike UN-governed countries, to give its people the freedom to do what they want.
As long as they don't break the law.
Listen to me. This is real freedom. Freedom to own property, make a profit, make your life. The West, so afraid of strong government, now has no government, only financial power.
Our governments have limited power by design.
Rhetoric? You believe it? Don't you know where these slogans come from?
I give up.
Well-paid researchers. How do you say it? Think tanks? Funded by big businesses. What is that? A think tank?
Hardly as sinister as a dictator, like China's premier.
Privately funded propaganda. The Trilateral Commission in the United States, for instance.
The separation of powers acknowledges the petty ambitions of individuals. That's its strength.
A system organized around the weakest qualities of individuals will produce the same qualities in its leaders.
Perhaps certain qualities are an inseparable part of human nature.
A market-educated man is the suppression of these qualities in favor of better ones. The same is true of civilization.
I'll get a drink later.
Have another drink?
Excuse me, sir. This room is off limits to club patrons. I suggest you leave.
Guess I stumbled into the main office. One of you guys run the place?
Max Chen is in the other room. Do not bother him unless he is expecting you. Isaac is letting anybody back here these days.
You must be Max Chen.
So?
I talked to a member of the Luminous Path. They claim to know nothing about the missing sword.
Are you calling me a liar?
I was just wondering what makes you so certain.
My good friend and predecessor was murdered for the Dragon's Tooth. Don't split hairs with me.
Say your business and go.
Who does this American think he is?
The Wan Chai merchants are being stubborn.
Dogs.
Then I gave him the old rat treatment. Never fails. The canal road is too dangerous now. You see, my class.
I've never seen so many troopers.
Stay in the dance area.
Hello.
I'm not your type.
I just want to ask a few questions.
Look, I was here first. Chen told me himself. If there's a job, I get it.
What kind of job?
Just back off. I got fired at a quick stop next door without even a warning, and I need a cash.
Tough luck.
Yeah, well, I gotta get him back. And unlock into their computer. It's management, password, code 324. One of Blake's nights. I'm gonna stick it there and trash all their records.
What's a quick stop cashier doing working for the Red Arrow?
And working yet.
Want to get something to eat after this? Maybe some tea. I feel silly. You look good.
Not advisable for tourists to visit the canals.
You are an unfamiliar face on Tonochi Road.
I'm here on business from Gordon Quick.
You are here to speak to Miss Chow, perhaps. Half a block down on the left.
Thank you.
The woman is a snake. Believe nothing she says.
I bet you come from the market. That's where I want to go.
You have 20 credits, mister.
What for?
I will be honest. It is crash. A big crash. I just need a little for the pain.
Hey, you're this far into withdrawal. Maybe it's time you kick the habit.
How can you? Why so cruel?
It's for your own good.
You awful man. I hope you die very soon.
I'm looking for Maggie Chow.
You must be Mr. Denton. Miss Chow has been expecting you. She is waiting in the living room. Please follow me.
Mr. J.C. Denton, in the flesh. As dark and serious as his brother.
You know who I am. And Paul? You know my brother?
Intimately. Call me Maggie.
Paul never mentioned you.
That is why he is still alive. He can keep a secret even from his own brother.
But why?
Paul told you about Majestic 12, correct? The conspiracy behind UNATCO?
Just the name.
Majestic 12 sent Paul to murder the former Red Arrow leader. And me too.
And he double-crossed them?
Rest to say, I persuaded him to join our side.
What does Majestic 12 want with the Red Arrow?
We are winning the Triad War against Majestic 12's ally, the Luminous Path. We were developing a new technology. You might have heard about a sword?
The Dragon's Tooth, right?
The Triads settle disputes in contests of skill, which includes the crafting of weapons. The Dragon's Tooth would have made us unstoppable.
So Majestic 12, they're trying to tip the balance, give the Luminous Path a technological advantage.
Exactly. I tried to warn the people of the danger. And the Luminous Path calls me a liar. The police have all the evidence they need to settle this, locked up in the station at the Wanchai Market, but they will not act. Go and see. I know the code to their vault. 87342.
It's only fair to tell you that I spoke with Gordon Quick before coming here. I thought he was a friend of my brother's. I agreed to visit you and learn the truth of the situation.
Yes, you were seen. The new Red Arrow leader is Max Chen, and you don't have to go to the Lucky Money for him to know your activities. Now tell me about Paul. Why did he not return?
Paul's on his way to Hong Kong. I don't know when he will arrive.
Then you must think for yourself. In Hong Kong, the truth is seldom kept in plain sight.
I will accompany you.
We've got a perimeter breach.
Check the area.
I'm looking.
Gynecoat, I'm checking.
You to this fascinating device in your skull.
We're gonna need some reinforcements.
They are inside the glass case. If you wish to be my ally, you will retrieve the sword and await my
Ms. Chow, we are reassigning you temporarily. Put the long-term agenda on hold until Versa Life has met its deadline. It will be months and probably years before the Red Arrow can influence Beijing, whereas, well, I'm sure you heard about my appointment. We are in position to make a grab for Washington. We can't let this one slip through our fingers. Make sure the process stays on schedule.
If you can make peace among the triads, then perhaps I can help you in your difficulties.
Wait for him to move again.
Not advisable for tourists to visit the canals at night.
I feel silly. You look
Isaac
good.
is letting anybody back here these days. Say your business.
I have found something in Miss Chow's apartment that might interest you.
Is that so?
The sword was never destroyed. It was stolen, and she is the one who stole it.
Preposterous!
I have it right here.
But Miss Chow?
She works for a group called Majestic 12. She's using you and the Red Arrow for her own ends.
No, you must be mistaken.
Think about it. She murders your predecessor, hides the sword, pushes the Red Arrow into the war with the Luminous Path, and then, what next? The Triads are weakened and an outside group seizes power. Sound far-fetched?
Oh, there must be an explanation.
Perhaps you should meet with the leaders of the Luminous Path.
Perhaps. For now, take them this message. I will stop hostilities until I have completed an investigation.
Boss,
What is it?
Marty at the door said we have trouble. Soldiers coming in. She said there was some kind of mech.
MJ-12 troops. They must have followed me.
You're acting like a fool.
Awaiting authorization.
Please, look around.
I did it.
You were right. Maggie Chow is a con artist.
You have proof?
Yes, I found the sword in her apartment.
Good. Inform the Red Arrow Dragon Head. Then we will see who is the real traitor.
I've already been to the Lucky Money. Max Chen has declared a truce between the Red Arrow and the Luminous Path.
A truce?